There's an old gardener's saying, if you want healthy plants, feed the soil first. But what if one humble herb could do both, nourish the soil and protect the plants at the same time? Most gardeners walk past this herb every day without realizing it's one of the most powerful natural soil enhancers ever used. When buried beneath your plants, it works quietly below ground, releasing compounds that feed microbes, deter pests, and even improve root growth. The herb I'm talking about is comfrey, nature's own fertilizer factory and the best-kept secret of traditional growers. Let's break down why this one plant, when buried or used strategically around your crops, can completely transform your garden's productivity, resilience, and long-term fertility. Comfrey is a nutrient powerhouse that never stops giving. Comfrey, or Symphytum officinale, has deep taproots that reach far into the subsoil, much deeper than the roots of most vegetables or flowers. These roots act like nutrient miners, pulling up essential minerals that are otherwise out of reach: potassium, calcium, magnesium, and iron, among others. When the leaves are chopped and buried, these nutrients are released slowly into the topsoil, where your crops can finally access them. This process turns comfrey into a kind of living bridge between deep earth minerals and shallow-rooted plants. It's why old homesteaders often planted it along garden borders or under fruit trees, because it fed the soil without any outside input. But comfrey isn't just about nutrients. Its leaves break down incredibly fast, which means you can turn them into a steady source of compost, mulch, or what's known as green manure. Unlike woody materials that take months to decompose, comfrey leaves turn to rich, dark humus in less than 2 weeks under the right moisture conditions. That's a goldmine for soil microbes. When you bury comfrey leaves directly under your crops, you're essentially creating a slow-release organic capsule. As the leaves decompose, they feed beneficial bacteria and fungi, the real engines of healthy soil. These microbes then break down organic matter even further, releasing nutrients in plant-available forms right where the roots need them most. Comfrey also releases natural growth stimulants, substances like allantoin and auxins, which encourage rapid cell regeneration in roots and shoots. That's part of why plants near decomposing comfrey tend to show thicker stems, stronger foliage, and earlier flowering. For gardeners dealing with depleted soil or compacted beds, burying comfrey is like hitting a biological reset button. It loosens texture, boosts water retention, and recharges the micro-ecosystem below ground. Start with fresh comfrey leaves. If you don't have access to wild comfrey, Russian comfrey, a common garden variety, works perfectly and doesn't spread as aggressively. Collect the leaves and stems, then roughly chop them into smaller pieces. This speeds decomposition and nutrient release. Before transplanting or sowing, you'll want to dig a shallow trench, about 6 to 8 inches deep, right where you plan to place your plant. Then lay down a small layer of chopped comfrey. That's about 1 or 2 handfuls for medium plants like tomatoes or peppers, and up to 3 for heavy feeders like squash or corn. After that, just cover the comfrey with 1 to 2 inches of soil before placing your seedling or seed on top. As the plant grows, its roots will eventually reach the buried comfrey, and that's really when the transformation begins. The roots come into direct contact with this nutrient-rich decay layer, which stimulates root branching and, well, boosts uptake efficiency. You can also use this trick for perennials and shrubs. Just dig a few narrow holes around the root zone and bury handfuls of chopped comfrey. Over time, the nutrients will leach downward and sideways, feeding the entire root area. One of the most overlooked benefits of burying comfrey is its ability to deter pests and pathogens. The decomposing leaves emit compounds that are mildly antifungal and antibacterial. Historically, gardeners noticed fewer root maggots, nematodes, and fungal infections in beds where comfrey was buried regularly. Even above ground, comfrey plays defense. When used as mulch, it can deter slugs and snails due to its hairy texture. And since the plant itself attracts pollinators when grown nearby, it indirectly supports your garden's ecological balance, inviting the beneficial insects that keep pests under control. For gardeners struggling with recurring soil-borne diseases like damping off or powdery mildew, incorporating comfrey into the soil cycle can help restore microbial balance. A diverse, active soil microbiome is the best natural defense against those problems. If you're short on time, or maybe you just don't fancy digging, you can still use comfrey as a top feed. Simply lay the leaves around the base of your plants as mulch and give them a good watering. They'll start breaking down right there, gradually releasing nutrients as they go. You can also make comfrey tea by soaking 1 kilogram of chopped leaves in 10 litres of water for about 2 weeks, giving it a stir every now and then. When it turns dark and, well, quite pungent, dilute 1 part tea to 10 parts water and use it as a weekly feed. This method actually pairs beautifully with the buried leaf technique. The buried leaves feed the roots, while the tea feeds the leaves. For composters, adding comfrey really helps to accelerate decomposition. Just toss in a few handfuls mixed into any compost pile, and you'll speed up the process and boost the nutrient value of your finished compost. What makes comfrey so powerful isn't just the nutrients it provides. It's really how it supports the entire soil ecosystem. Synthetic fertilizers feed plants directly, but they often harm soil microbes and can disrupt natural nutrient cycles. Comfrey, on the other hand, feeds both plants and the living soil beneath them. By burying it, you create a natural nutrient bank that slowly releases goodness over weeks, even months. Your soil structure improves, moisture retention increases, and your plants develop stronger root systems that can handle drought and stress more easily. And perhaps most importantly, it's completely free and sustainable. Once you grow comfrey, you can harvest it several times a season without ever buying fertilizer again. So, if you've been looking for that one low-effort, high-return garden habit, burying comfrey might be it. It's a method as old as traditional cottage gardening, yet it remains one of the most underused tricks in modern gardens. With just a few leaves under each plant, you're giving your soil a biological engine that keeps running long after planting day. Try it this season. Start with 1 bed or a few plants and see the difference for yourself. Bigger harvests, stronger roots, and fewer pests, all from one overlooked herb. If you found this guide useful, make sure to subscribe to Gentle Herb Living for more timeless garden wisdom that blends old-world knowledge with modern results. Share this with a fellow gardener who's ready to ditch the chemicals and grow with nature's rhythm, one comfrey leaf at a time.